Because certainly we have to have something to lean on when it comes to the mass shootings, right? That's where we start to get into all of the background and the psychopathy and all of the factors that go into mass shooting. But not Chicago, though. That's just a bunch of ends. Come in, no, we don't need. I already know what their brain looks like. I'm a police officer. I already know. I think it. Officer Tatum, did they spit on you? Huh? Did they spit on you in Chicago? Is that why you out here sounding like this? Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. My name is Reese Waters, and I'm troubled. Despite all of the warnings that I gave that man, these white folks done finally turned on Officer Tatum. Oh, it's ugly. Oh, it is ugly in Officer Tatum, man. Calling them all type of monkeys. Now this is awkward. This kind of reminds me of when they had turned on Candace Owens, and I was like, well, I don't condone the racism, but I do think it could be a learning lesson. I think it builds character. It builds, sometimes it's important to see what they think, and really get in touch with your audience. Sometimes it is important. Now, naturally, as a true black Maga, to show that he is truly gone, despite the fact that white folks are reading this man for filth, now he gonna blame us. Nah, he gonna crash out on us.
Is that black on black crime?
You's a bitch. I told you. Everybody on your live stream know you's a bitch. And when I see you, I'm whooping your ass. Everybody got it on live stream. You want to be hood? You want to be hood? You on the phone talking shit to me, and you call me and saying you apologize? Yeah.
Never apologize.
You apologize?
I never
You
apologize.
didn't apologize. My wife listened to you.
Never apologize. What I said was.
Well, I can tell you this, Officer Tatum. Here's the problem. You sound like an angry black man. You do. You sound like an angry black man. That's what it sounds like to me. And I'm not the only one.
When I see you, it's gonna be on. I want you to know that. Because you call me on the phone and you saying all this, and then you get on the live stream and you playing this shit.
Whoa, Officer Tatum. That is not very white of you, Officer Tatum. No, Officer Tatum, this is not right. I need to have a phone call. Hey, Jen. Yeah, you sent me that link of Officer Tatum. I was loving his videos, and I just saw one. He was acting black. Yeah, he was. He told another black, he said, you're the fakest. And when I see you, I'm gonna beat your ass. I couldn't believe Officer Tatum would talk like that. I thought he was one of us. Well, not one of us, but you know what I mean, like a good one, like a good black one. As good as they can be, because their IQ is low. So yeah, I wouldn't watch Officer Tatum anymore. He's unpredictable. He's really aggressive, just like the rest of them. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks. Anyways, I know you tried. It's kind of hard to find good blacks anyways. Well, I know you tried. Thanks. Ciao. Officer Tatum, say it ain't so. Not you acting black like the criminals, the violent criminals.
It makes you wonder what made them that mad.
Man, what did he do to make them that mad?
So let's see, LSU star arrested. Okay, so black people arrested. They'll love that. MSNBC loses it, attacking a black woman. They'll love that. White kids did nothing wrong. They'll definitely love that. This is normal Officer Tatum stuff. Let's see, mocking Umar Johnson. You might have to get in touch with Umar Johnson to see what life looks like on the other side. Black criminality, more black criminality, attacking Amanda Seals. Oh, another attacking Amanda Seals. What did he say, getting cooked in the Jubilee debate? That wasn't the same Jubilee debate that I saw. Only person got cooked was that teacher that got fired.
Black culture is toxic. The black culture is toxic. We have produced a culture that is toxic. And let's get on the fact that there's no fathers in the black home. Let's talk about that.
Stop.
Do you realize how gone you have to be to watch that Jubilee debate and come out of it and say Amanda Seals got cooked? Do you know, how that is well done. That's like you put a pizza in the oven and you leave for months. That's how, burnt. So let's see, Disney propaganda with Snoop, more black crime, calling black men thugs. This is regular office. Up. Here we go. What is Netanyahu doing on an Officer Tatum thumb? Wow.
We had only one incident where a small child spit on one of the pastors.
Wait a minute. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you correctly. Officer Tatum, tell me what happened. Tell me what happened.
We had only one incident where a small child spit on one of the pastors. And immediately after, there was an adult that came by and said, that's not a representation of who we are. You know, we love you guys. You guys are always welcome here. And I have to say, no adults gave us any grief. We had no issues whatsoever. And our experience there, it was actually an amazing experience. It actually changed the way I thought about Israel. And I fell in love with Israel when I came there. And I think a lot of that is a testament to how Christians are actually treated, not what the naysayers say.
Do you think he ran that by somebody, or he just in the moment was like, this really gonna kill him? Like this really, because he didn't even have to say that. You know what I mean? He wasn't asked, did they spit on you? He didn't have to say nothing at all. And he thought that was going to be received. Come on, man. I just want to say on the day of my 50th anniversary that these last 50 years was the greatest of my life. Other than that 1 year, I was thinking about cheating. It was the late 1970s, and Donna Summer had really infected my soul. I was really out here like that. But other than that, this has been the greatest 50 years of my life. Nobody even asked you that. Nobody. So, do you think that he actually is that slow that he thought that was going to be received in a complimentary manner? Or was that some sort of like deep-seated revolt that came from within his soul at what he was engaged in at this moment? I would normally never give him that credit, but bruh.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Bruh, you look traumatized while you telling the story. I don't understand. Yeah, I had an amazing time on vacation. Yeah, we went skydiving. We went snorkeling, and the hotel was beautiful. Yeah, they treated us amazing. Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. Mm-hmm. But by the way, this didn't just happen in a vacuum, if you're wondering why these two people were having a conversation at all. Oh no.
Israel might be controlling your favorite influencer. Here's how you spot them. When Benjamin Netanyahu came to DC to meet with Trump, most of the attention was focused on their plans for Gaza. What completely flew under the radar is that Benjamin Netanyahu had another meeting where he met with a group of conservative influencers. The group included podcasters Tim Pool, Dave Rubin, and Sean Spicer, and writers Bethany Mandel, David Harris Jr., Jessica Krause, Seth Mandel, and Molly Hemingway. Some of the people on this list have several millions of followers, and they were meeting not just with Israel's head of state, but also his diplomatic advisor and the Israeli ambassador to the United States. There are no videos or direct quotes from the meeting because it was conducted under Chatham House rules, which is basically a rule set for meetings in elite circles where the people attending, especially journalists, meet on the basis that nothing said in the meeting can be directly attributed to any individual, and then you can only say what was generally talked about. Some of the topics covered include Iran and anti-Zionist sentiment online. While we don't know for sure everything that was discussed, it's hard to imagine that Netanyahu convened influencers for any other reason than to try to convince them to be propagandists for Israel. So is there any evidence of Israel manipulating online spaces to change public opinion? Yes. In fact, it's a stated position of the Israeli Foreign Ministry. Just 3 days after October 7th, Israel launched an initiative to recruit social media influencers in the United States to defend Israel. A spokesperson said, "Fighting on social networks and influencing international public opinion is critical during wartime. The world must understand that Israel's struggle is one of light against darkness, a life-loving culture versus lowly terrorists." And Israel actually has its own word for propaganda, which is Hasbara, which translates to explain in Hebrew. In the weeks following October 7th, Israel already had a lot to explain. A number of American influencers got emails offering them $5,000 and brand sponsorships in exchange for doing a single live stream supporting Israel.
But not just money, people are getting flued out. Israel to fund tour for Maga and pro-Trump influencers, according to a Haaretz report, says Israel plans to fly 16 social media influencers who support Trump's Maga and America First campaigns. The influencers each have hundreds of thousands to millions of followers. They'll be flown in to counter what the Israeli government sees as declining support for Israel among young Americans without citing any date. With the rise of the America First movement and MAGA in American politics, it's essential for Israel that the movement adopt a pro-Israel position. That was the report's quote from the senior deputy director of the Israeli Foreign Ministry's Department of Public Diplomacy. Well, look, Officer Tatum, my advice is to holler at Yaakov, because you're going to need some public diplomacy. You're going to need some they tearing you up in these comments. Officer Tatum in a nutshell. Oh, not Krang. Don't bring Ninja Turtles into this. Wow. Go be. Wow. Wow. Go be an N somewhere else. The whole thing is a grift. N never stops cucking. We got, all right, just. Wow. Look. Wow. Not the Django meme. How effing stupid and disgusting are you? How deep is wow. We was only spit on one time. Oh, it's not so fun when the rabbit got the gun, is it? Officer Tatum is peed after his Netanyahu interview backfired with a lot of negative comments and only 50K views on YouTube. He's firing off at everybody and is willing to die on this hill for a random country in the Middle East. Can't wait for him to debate Myron Gaines. And when did Officer Tatum become obsessed with the Israel stuff? Literally never saw him talk about this stuff at all. Now my feed is filled with this nonsense every day. Doesn't seem or feel authentic. To which we get, they put his sellout A on the payroll. Next, he'll be over there kissing the wall. Trying to recruit the room temperature IQ blacks. It's not. He's one of the influencers who got a paid trip there to go push their propaganda. He's bought and paid for Shabbos Goy, the house inn of the modern day. I didn't see nothing. I'd say, hey, I let them fight. And let them get it out their system. They need to work that out. They need to work that out. Now, Officer Tatum, you done already told us how you feel about us. I mean, this same week, you was up there on Capitol Hill doing your best Benny Johnson impersonation. Oh, please save us. Please bring your National Guard into our cities and please save us. Honored to be invited to the White House today. Thank you, Caroline Levitt, for taking my questions on two major issues, addressing mental health in relation to mass shootings, and two, tackling the violent crime crisis in Chicago. Now, rare is it that you just see somebody's worldview crystallize in a tweet, then you see it right there. Because certainly we have to have something to lean on when it comes to the mass shootings, right? That's where we start to get into all of the background and the psychopathy and all of the factors that go into mass shooting. But not Chicago, though. That's just a bunch of ends. Come in, nah, we don't need, I already know what their brain looks like. I'm a police officer. I already know. I think that. Officer Tatum, did they spit on you? Huh? Did they spit on you in Chicago? Is that why you out here sounding like this?
With that, I'll take questions. Here in our new media seat today, we have social media influencer, content creator, Brandon Tatum. Brandon, thank you so much for joining us today. Why don't you kick us off?
Well, Caroline, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And on behalf of everybody that follow me, the millions of people that follow me, I want to say thank you for making a sacrifice and dealing with some of the most disingenuous people on planet Earth at times. I have two questions. The first question is associated with the shooting that occurred the other day. And I want to ask the question of, we know that it's not a gun thing. Any rational person knows it's not a gun thing. We know it's a mental health issue. So I want to know from you, what is President Trump and the White House going to do to address mental health issues around the country associated with these shootings? And the second thing is Chicago. You know, anybody with a connected brainstem knows that Chicago's crime is out of control. And young black men are getting killed, laying dead in the middle of the streets every single day in Chicago. No president has addressed any of these issues. And so what is the White House going to do to address issues in their capacity to deal with the conflict and violence in Chicago?
Sure.
We know it's not a gun thing. We definitely know that it's not a gun thing, and it's not their fault. You know, it's not it's got to be mental health it's got to be something that infects their brain, that takes them out of normal society and normal judgment. And so normal society shouldn't be, condemned based on what they do because of the mental health thing. Then in Chicago, get these ends out of here. Yeah, we got to pack these ends up. That's what I'm saying. Wrong. Well, with rhetoric like that, y'all got that, man. Y'all got that. Nah, you made your bed. Hey, how many thugs you got on them thumbnails? Huh? How many thugs you got on there? Yeah. You told me everything I need to know in response to the Jubilee debate. Oh no, my favorite Officer Tatum was when he excused the Karen for being in the black guy's driveway who was trying to come home late at night. And it was his fault for scaring the innocent, strange white lady that was in his driveway.
And I know you guys have seen the last couple of days I've made videos about Michelle Bishop, who's a young lady that was at the doorstep of what I consider to be a con artist. And she was, in my opinion, honestly afraid because of the behaviors of this guy that lives there. And given the fact that he wanted to be a social justice warrior, in my opinion, and wanted clout and want to make it a race thing.
Yeah, that was my favorite. That was, so when it comes to mental gymnastics, he a bad boy. But I don't know if he can work his way out of this one. I can tell you that right now.
The Lizzo in the room is obviously the interview that I did with Prime Minister Netanyahu. Let me just say this to you guys real quick. I have never in my life imagined the level of derangement that I have seen around this topic, the level of sheer stupidity and derangement. I have just never seen anything like this before. And there's a part of me that's like, man, I can't wait one day. I'm going to be a businessman and I'm going to sell my company for a couple $100 million and I'm never going to go on the internet again. I'm going to leave the internet to be by itself because people Maybe they're all bots. But if they're not bots, we have no hope for humanity.
I give you $20 to shut it down right now. Actually, no, I gotta get lunch. I give you $13 to shut it down right now.
That people are this stupid. I thought people were completely stupid when it came to COVID-19. I thought they were stupid when it came to banning weapons and Donald Trump is a racist. This Israel thing is proven that if it's not all bots, we have the dumbest people in the world commenting on Israeli stuff. The dumbest people in the world. Here's the clip that's gone viral. Now, mind you, I talked to Benjamin Netanyahu for 37 minutes. Mind you, I took down every question that people wanted me to ask, and I only had 30 minutes. They let me go 7 minutes over to ask all the questions y'all wanted me to ask.
Are you complaining about people taking individual specific incidents and using that to represent the larger whole to paint a negative narrative? Is that is that what you wanted? Is that the complaint? Is that the complaint? And now all of a sudden, all of the commenters and all of the people responding to this content are stupid. Well, that would be the audience that you have collected. Now, wouldn't it? You know, the kinds of people that would watch the Jubilee debate and think that the conservatives were cooking. That's the audience that you have collected for yourself, sir. So congratulations on that. Yeah, you must feel so proud.
But wait, there's more.
I, for one, am extremely grateful that the people didn't fall for your shameless attempts to collect more money from this situation by posting not one, but two I'm canceled videos. Yeah, buddy. They not feeling it even enough to hate watch, which actually might bring America together, because that's exactly how I feel about your content. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Now, there's not a lot that we can count on these days. There's death, taxes, and the Cowboys being trash.
Y'all are trash. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Y'all are trash.
And I mean trash. But one of the other things you can count on is my Tuesday lives. They started on Tuesday nights, and then we went to the afternoon, and then they went back to nights, and wow, I've been out here tacoing like Trump. I have all the commitment of a new ICE recruit. Well, here's the thing. There's so much that's happening in the afternoons. I find that's probably a good time for me to do my lives, and I can give some more immediate reactions. There'll be some polls that'll go up on the community tab, so be on the lookout for that. Also be on the lookout, especially while you're in the comments, for imposters. I mean, really, these imposters and these scam artists love my content more than I do. Honestly, they be there more than Miss Ray.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Scammers love my content like X loves racism.
Finger licking good special. That's what I'm talking about.
But I want you to know, because I get emails from folks all the time thinking that we had a whole text conversation. And man, I wish I had that deniability back in the day. That wasn't me. That was scammers. I never invited you over and left my actual address. That wasn't me.
Stop the cap.
I would never ask you for your phone number via a comment, and I certainly wouldn't list mine.
You have to trust your gut.
If you see these kinds of comments, please report them immediately and send them to my attention at admin@ReeseWaters.com. You know what? You can also send there any of these merch pics. Well, you know what? We got a whole merch unboxing from Paulette. You go, girl.
They have it very well packed in this customized box that holds it perfectly in place. Aha! The new Reese Waters merch. Reese, what's up? Way of Waters.
Thank you so much for that, Paulette. There's a lot more where that came from at ReeseWaters.com. And be on the lookout because there's a lot more drops coming just in time for the holiday season.